Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, from wherever you're joining me tonight. And you're welcome to this month's webinar on Top Club. Uh, Today, you'll be learning 5 strategies to maximize the second half of the year. So, I target mid-year planning. And before I progress in tonight's session, I want to be sure that you can all hear me and you can see me. So, if you are joining me, if you can see me clearly, if you can hear me, kindly let me know in this comment section. Just let me know if you can hear me and if you can see me. And tonight's topic is very important because, as you all know, we are in the second half of the year, and uh, many people are still surprised how fast the year has been. Okay, I can remember when we entered into uh, January into 2024, and in a twinkling of an eye, we're already in July, the second half. And I'm sure many people are discouraged as regards how their life has been so far and the progress they've made so far in the year 2024. And many are already discouraged on, like, as regards progressing for the remainder of the year. But in tonight's session, I'll be sharing shortly 5 strategies that you can engage. Personally, I've engaged it already because I had to plan myself for the second half of the year. And I will share some of the strategies that I've engaged, that I've applied, and I'm already seeing some a bit of progress already. And I'm sure you can apply to maximize the remainder of 2024. But before I get started, let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me clearly while I share this uh, our WhatsApp platform so that others can join us too. Yeah, so I'm waiting for your comments and let me know how eager you are to learn tonight. Let me know how eager you are to learn tonight. So like I said earlier, so we are sharing you'll be learning 5 strategies to maximize the second half of the year. And as I was saying before, we are halfway into the year 2024, and many have started the year with so much eagerness and excitement. Many people uh, had high expectations for the year 2024. I'm sure in the beginning of the year, most of you watching me now, you had the belief that yes, this is my year. This is the year I'm going to make progress as regards my goal. This is the year I'm going to smash that goal. This is the year I'm going to maybe make this amount of money. This year I'm going to start that business or start that project or learn this skill. This year I'm going to lose weight. I'm sure we all have different plans and programs for the year 2024. All right. But now we are in July. All right. And when you look back in the year, I've discovered that many young people, okay, feel sad. Many young people are actually depressed as regards how the year has been so far. All right. But I want you to know that the first thing I want you to know tonight is that it's never too late. Can you say it's never too late? If you're watching this live or the replay, just let me know. Say that it is never too late. All right. You can still finish the year strong. You can still make the rest of the year the best of your year. Don't let the first 6 months that's gone determine how the rest of the year will be. All right. Because you didn't achieve that goal, because you didn't make progress as regards what you want to do, doesn't mean that you can just waste the remainder of the year. Because that is what most people are thinking currently, that I didn't advance my life, I didn't do anything in the last 6 months, I can't even see what I have done so far. So this 2024 is gone already. Let me just prepare for 2025. No, that's a wrong way to think about it. That's a wrong way to view life, because that means you are not seeing life as so much. You're not giving importance to life. All right. Don't forget, at the end of your life, the culmination of life is every year. All those 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. When you look back at your life, what your life become, what you have become, what you have achieved is a culmination of those single years. All right. So your life is a sum total of how you make the most of each of your year, how you make the most of each of your months, how you make the most of each of your week and day. All right. So don't let the last 6 months determine how you use the remainder of the year. All right. Regardless of how beautiful the first 6 months have been, you can make it better. Regardless of how terrible the first month have been, you can also still make it better. All right. So I'll be sharing tonight those strategies you can engage to make sure you do that. So I know most of us watch the game of football, and like I do tell everyone I come in contact with, that I'm a fan of Cristiano Ronaldo. So I love football so much. Although I rarely watch it nowadays, I just watch the highlights. But I love football so much. And something about football and some other games, okay, there's surely first half, okay, and second half. I remember the game I watched some time ago. The team was leading 4-0 in the first half, or 3-0. I can't remember clearly, but about 3-0 in the first half. And then after the halftime break, okay, by the time they came back, that team that was losing to 3-0, that was losing, okay, came back, overtook and won the game about 4-3 or 5-3, something like that. So imagine after the first half of the game, and it was 3-0, and they had three down, and they just get discouraged and say, "See, we have lost this game already. We are not going to for the second half. Let us prepare for the next game." All right. They would not have seen what lay in stock for them in the second half. All right. So I want you watching this live video currently to know that regardless of how the first half has been, you can still make the most of the second half to maximize your life. But it begins by you learning these strategies. First, having the right mindset about your life. All right. Don't forget, your life is important. Every year matters. Every month matters. Every week matters. Every day matters. That's the first understanding you must have. And the second understanding you must have is that regardless of how the first half have been, you can still make the most of the second half. 6 months is the next 6 months is enough time, okay, to make progress in line with your goals, to make progress in line with your visions for life. It's enough time, 6 months, okay, it's enough time. So don't don't look down on the remainder of the year. Don't look down on it. This is a time for you um, to not lose hope. Let me say it like that. Don't lose hope. Okay, you don't know what lies ahead. You can't tell how far you can go. If you can just dedicate your time, put in more effort, learn new things, like I will be sharing shortly, and then maximize the remainder of your 2024. All right. So you may have big goals and you say, I'm far away from it. I can't achieve that goal. Even though you can't achieve that goal in its fullness, okay, you can make progress in line with it. So as young people, okay, we tend to quickly lose hope. Yeah, if our desires, if our plans is not going as we desire want it to be, we tend to really lose hope, and then and just get dejected and depressed. All right. So you must know this. All right. 6 months is a good time. It's enough time to make progress, and you must not look down on these 6 months. So I'll be sharing 5 strategies, and the first strategies I'll be sharing tonight is you must practice gratitude. Right, to maximize the second half of the year, to finish the year strong, to make the most of the remainder of the year, you must start by practicing gratitude. Can you put in the comment section? Okay, if you are watching this, all right. Start by practicing gratitude. I wrote a quote here that it's a quote by Eckhart Tolle. It says that acknowledging the good thing that you already have in your life is the foundation for all abundance. Acknowledging the good things you already have in your life is a foundation for all abundance. This is the kind of mindset you go into the remainder of 2024. You must first practice gratitude. You must be grateful for how things have been so far, whether it went your way or it didn't. You must be grateful. All right. You can't if you can't appreciate the little things in your life, you can't expect life, the world, God to bless you with more. Even how your last 6 months might be filled with so much struggles or too much disappointment, and your plans going all right and different things happening all right, but there's still something to be grateful for. There's a part of the scripture that says a living dog is better than a dead lion. That you have life, okay, to live, that you can still see me, that you can still hear me, is something to be grateful for. Some of you, you've made some progress, no matter how little, so far in the year. It's something to be grateful for. All right. You plan to get a job, but you've not gotten any job yet. You are still applying for jobs. At least you are applying. You have the right mindset. You still have hope to apply. There's always something to be grateful for. You are still in good health. You are not hospitalized. And even though you are hospitalized, you are not dead yet. There's something to be grateful for. So before you start creating, planning the new year, planning the remainder of the year, or setting goals and doing those things, you must first be grateful for how the year has been so far, regardless of how it is. It's filled with ups and downs, but gratitude unlocks abundance. As you just added in this quote, I said, all right, gratitude unlocks abundance. And sometimes those little things you are not grateful for, you tend to lose it. All right, most time we don't know the value of something until we lose it. Those things you are not grateful for. And I remember a quote I had one time. It says that the devil doesn't have to steal anything from you. All he has to do is to make you ungrateful for it, and then you lose it. So, in this second half of the year, the first strategy you must engage to maximize the remainder of the year is first practice gratitude. Thank God for life. Be grateful for living. Be grateful for your friends. Be grateful for that surrounds you. Be grateful for your family. Be grateful for your health. Be grateful for the progress you've made in different areas of your life, no matter how little it is. Start this second half of the year with gratitude. All right. In psychology, there's something called negativity bias, and it's about we humans. We tend to focus more on negative things and look down on the positive things in our life. Negativity bias. We tend to focus more on what is negative. For example, if if you threw like maybe 10 shots, okay, and you got eight and lost two, we tend to focus on or be sad about that we lost. I'm sure some of you have experienced it in your school. Okay, maybe you scored uh 9/10. I've actually experienced it before. You scored 9/10 and you were pained and angry that I would have scored 10/10 if I had scored 10/10. But you scored 9/10. You now see someone with 4/10 or 5/10 rejoicing, dancing. At least I scored something. I'm better than someone that scored zero. Okay, but someone with 9/10 will still be ungrateful for that nine that I missed one. All right, and it's called negativity bias, and you must not be a victim of that. All right, you must change the way you see life. You must change the way you see things that happen to you. You must change the way you see the remainder of the year. All right, so be grateful. Be grateful. Don't anything you focus on, you see more of what you focus on. So if you focus on the bad things that happen so far in the year, you are sure to see more bad things. If you focus on the good things that has happened so far in the year, you are sure to see more good things. Where focus go, energy flourish. All right. So when you focus on negative things, okay, you lose energy, you lose your momentum, you lose your desire, motivation to take the required step, take the required action to advance the remainder of the year. All right. So start the year with gratitude. Be grateful. No matter how little the things you have achieved is, okay, be grateful for it. If you can appreciate, if you can be thankful or grateful for the little things that have happened, it can unlock abundance. And the action points I can give you as regards this is that as you are planning for the second half of the year, write down 10 things you are grateful for. All right. There's always something to be grateful for. You can say you are grateful for at least you did your job. For some of us, for some of you that read jam, you did your job and it's called so I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful that I'm living. I'm grateful that I'm surrounded by amazing friends. Okay. I'm grateful that I am still alive. I'm grateful that even though you are sick before, at least you are making progress in as regards your health. You are grateful for how far the year has been so far. You are grateful for you are still alive to plan and prepare for the remainder of the year. There's some of you've learned new things this in the last 6 months. Be grateful for it. All right. Look for something to be grateful for it and list down 10 things. There's something it does. All right. I would say that it's actually I would say that is the right frame to begin planning for the second half. Is the right frame. If you are planning and prepare for the second half from the state or mindset uh, of of uh, of lack, you will not be able to plan bigger or do bigger or prepare bigger. Are you getting my point? All right. So you must. It's a right frame. Gratitude is the right frame. Okay. It's the right frame to prepare for the second half of the year. So start the second half with gratitude. Write down 10 things you are grateful for. No matter how little it is, look for it. You can even write down 20 things. Just take your diary, all right, and start listing down all your journal. Start listing down those things you are grateful for, and you always find them. The second, and that's the first way to maximize the second half of the year. Practice gratitude, always be grateful. The second thing you must do to maximize the second half of the year is what I call review. Right? You must review. You must review the first half of the year, how it has been so far. Uh, the first step towards change is awareness. The first step, if you want to change anything in your life, if you want to change how the year has been so far or how your life has been so far, you must first be aware of how it has been. If you lack awareness of what has been happening, you cannot really create strategies that will help you make the most of the remainder of the year. I don't know if you are getting my point. So, for you to maximize the second half of the year, the second thing you must do is for you to review. Review how the last 6 months have been for you. You will be aware of it. Then you can now create a strategy to prepare and maximize the second half of the year. Thank you, Imani. So, like I said, write down 10 things you are grateful for. That's very great. So, like I'm saying, okay, the first step towards change is awareness. So, how has the year been so far for you? Before starting the second half, I want you that reflect and review the 6 months, the last 6 months. Because it's foolishness to keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. That's a determination of insanity. Insanity is doing the same thing and expecting the same result. So you tried a particular way, a particular thing throughout the first half of the year, and it didn't work, and you keep trying it and expecting things to be different. All right, that's not how it should be done. You have to review your last 6 months in different areas of your life. In your health, how was your health? Were you able to how was your what progress you made as regards your health? You said okay, you want to start eating maybe earlier this year. Were you able to do that? Like not eating late night food. Were you able to do that? You said you want to start going exercising maybe 10 minutes or 20 minutes every day. You said you want to cut down on your taking carbonated drinks. Were you able to achieve that? You said just think about different areas of your life, review it. Because when you are aware, there's a quote that said, an unexamined life is an unlived life. All right, you must examine your life because it will now inform how you live the rest of your life. So review the last 6 months. In your health, in your finances, were you able to save the amount you wanted to save? If you weren't able to save it, what happened? Why couldn't you save it? Is it that since you don't budget your money? Is it that you don't have a fixed place where you save a particular amount every month? You must review the last 6 months of your life of the year. Also, look at your spiritual life. Were you able to pray more? Were you able to study your Bible more? If you were not able to do that, what happened? Why? You must review it. Also, I would say in your personal development, you plan to take a new course or learn a new skill or improve a particular area of your life. How far have you been able to go? If you have not really achieved what you plan to achieve, what is the problem? What is the issue? You must critically look at your last 6 months. Because in the process of reviewing your last 6 months, there's something that will happen. You will gain insight. You can't just start planning and preparing for the new month and for the remainder of the year without first reviewing the previous months because you are mostly bound to make the same mistake you made. So review the first half of the year, okay? Assess your progress, different areas of your life. Okay, you plan to maybe write a book. For example, I plan to write a book, my fifth book, and launch in this July. But I'm still far behind as regards writing and completing that book. So when I was taking out time to do my media planning, I had to ask myself, Mordecai, why were you not able to make as much progress as you wanted to make as regards the writing of your book? I found the answer. One of the reason was I was reorganizing top outreach. Okay, I know most of you heard about top outreach, where we impacted about 87,000 students across about 34 schools in 13 states in Nigeria. So that's a very big project that involves a lot of work and planning. So imagine working on that big project and also working on the writing of my book, my fifth book. This is another big project. It was so much, it was conflicting. I couldn't focus on the two. So I had to just pause the writing of that book to focus on that outreach. So I knew that okay, I learned something from that I can't. It's really more difficult to work on two big projects at the same time unless you delegate it. But those projects requires my efforts. All right. So I took some insight. So I learned something that if I'm as I go into the second half, every month or every if I'm working, I must have a project one project I'm focused on and working to its completion before taking another one again. All right. So I can be doing minor projects in between the major one, but I can't really do two major projects at the same time because I was not able to make progress as regards that in the beginning of the year, in the first half, and I can't. It be foolishness and insanity for me to now repeat the same thing and expect a different result. I don't know if you get to my point. All right. So I had based on that insight now, I engage that insight to plan my second half that okay, in next 3 months I want to complete this book and I'm going to focus on this book. But it'd be foolishness for me to just start planning again without what reviewing. So the second half of this year, what you have to do is to what review. So understand what worked, what didn't work, identify areas of improvement. Which area of your life do you want to improve on? All right. Like personally, I want to improve on my health and fitness, and I've been going to the gym 3 times a week, and also I plan to do more of it this the remainder of the year. All right, I plan to do more of it. I plan to watch my diet and do all those stuffs. I even plan to start skincare routine and some of those things that just keep me healthy and filled with vitality. All right, so review the first half of the year, assess your progress, understand what worked, what didn't work. This thing that I'm saying will take time, it will require thinking, and most people don't want to do it. But I'm sure because you are purposeful, we are raising purpose driven leaders, I'm sure you will create time, all right, to do these things. Also, list down. So, some of the things you can do as regards the reviewing of this year, that list down your achievement in the first half. Most of you think you've not done much in the first half of the year. Thank you, Sandra. You can't do the same thing and expect different results. That's very true. Right. So most of you think you haven't done much in the first half of the year. Actually, I thought I haven't achieved much in the first half of the year. But by the time I started listing my achievement, I discovered that in just 6 months, I've made tremendous progress this year. All right. But I wouldn't have really known if I didn't create time to just list down my achievements so far. So list down your achievements so far in the last 6 months. Okay, you read 3 books. That's a great achievement. You wanted to read 6 books, but you read 3 books. That's something. All right. Okay, you plan to cut down on maybe carbonated drinks, but you falter maybe 1 or 2 times. But at least you cut down for about 2 weeks or 4 weeks. That's some level of achievement. Write it down. Okay, you start learning a new skill. Write it down. Okay, you attended maybe 2 or 3 conferences this year. So far this year, write it down. You made 2 new and purposeful connection, or made 2 or 3 new friends. Write it down. You're able to read maybe 2 or 3 books of the Bible. Write it down. List down your achievements. If you look deep enough, you always find something. Some of you want souls to Christ this year, maybe 2 or 3. Write it down. All right. So list down your achievements so far. It creates a sense of don't forget, humans are humans. Okay, we are motivated by progress. That's one of the most the top motivation of humans. Okay, we are motivated by progress. When we see we are progressing in any areas of our life, we are motivated and want to do more. So this listen down your achievement is a way to prime your mind and condition your mind to let you that despite how difficult things were in the first half, we're still able to do all these things, and that means you can still do better in the end of the year. All right. So list down your achievement. Okay, it creates a positive emotion. All right, as you plan the remainder of the year. The second thing I would say that note the goals you didn't achieve and analyze why. I'll give you an example as regards my book. All right, writing up my fifth book. All right, so know the goals, but not just know the goals you didn't achieve. Analyze why. If you don't know why, you repeat the same mistake that didn't let you achieve that goal. All right. So that why we help you create maybe new strategy when you know the why. Okay, that means I didn't achieve this because I was always waking up late. Now, what we do in the second half of the year, I'll wake up more earlier. Probably I'll have to set an alarm. So don't just say, I didn't achieve this goal, I didn't achieve this goal. Analyze why you didn't achieve those goals you wanted to achieve. Do you get what I'm saying? Or why you have not made progress so far as regards any goals you have. Analyze why. And then based on that analysis, you will draw insights to plan the remainder of the year. I also wrote here that assess your habits and routines. Do you know something about habits? You will always fall to the level of your habits. No matter how big you plan your goals, set goals and stuff, you always fall to the level of your habits. So you plan to to start making saving maybe 50,000 naira per month, or maybe you plan to increase your income. but also you have an habit of spending so much without even monitoring your spending. You spend so much. That's an habit that will hinder the achievement of your goal. Now you plan to probably write an exam, or score a particular score in an exam, but your habit is sleeping, oversleeping. Your habit is watching movies, downloading the latest series, and you spend 8 hours of the day watching movies, and then maybe 30 minutes to 1 hour reading your book. You know that regardless of how big that goal is, you never achieve it, because at the end of the day, it's not about the goal you set, it's about the habits that you are practicing or you are engaging in line with that goal. So habit is what you do, all right, and it's what you do later becomes what you become and what you achieve. So assess your habits. Some of you have bad health habits, okay, and it's affecting your health. It's not helping you to make progress as regards your health goals. It's time to assess the habits. You must first be aware of those habits. Then you can now take conscious effort, intentional efforts towards changing it. I don't know if you are getting my point. Right. So assess your habits and also your routines. Routine is a particular way of doing things. All right. For example, when you wake up in the morning and the first thing you pick up is you pick up your phone. And after picking up your phone, you go to Instagram, go to TikTok. That's a routine. But the main thing you must ask yourself is that, is this routine in line with my goal? Is it sponsoring the achievement of my goal? If it's not, it's time to change it the second half of the year. And you can only become aware of such routines in the process of reviewing the first half of the year. Don't forget that the first step towards change is awareness. You can't change what you are not aware of. And in your awareness of what needs to be changed, there you can then plan for the remainder of the year. Let me know if you are getting what I'm saying. Let me know if you are getting, say I am getting it, or say I am following. I'm sure you are following. All right. So another thing you must, in your process of reviewing, another thing you must be conscious of is which of those habits and routines I have contributed to the achievement of my goals. Because you've made some progress. So in those goals you have achieved so far in the year, what made you achieve it? It's time to note them down. Okay, it seems that uh, reading okay, I wake up in the morning for, okay, let me use an example that 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 is more related to everyone watching this. So in this exam, I scored this score, which was beyond what I scored before. What did I do differently? Okay, it seems because I was going to the library every 8 to 10 p.m. or waking up or doing group reading, or probably having time to meet someone that is ahead of me to just coach me. That's something that you can do more of in the second half of the year to make progress in line with your goals. Do you get what I'm saying? So, what contributed the goals you've achieved so far in the year? What contributed to your success in those goals? Is that, see, don't live most time, and I get a wisdom with this. If something is working, do more of it. Do you get what I'm saying? Most people tend to jump from one thing to the other. It's good to look at what you are doing and find a way to advance. And that's what you must do now. You get what I'm saying? So what worked? What make you achieve your goal? You were practicing a particular habit, thinking a particular way. It's time to double down on it, like do more of it, because you want to advance or maximize the second half of the year. And in those things you didn't make advancement, what caused it? Reduce it or stop it. You get, so I can maximize the second half of the year. So, like I said earlier, all right, the first one is practice gratitude. The second thing you must do is you must review the second half of the year. Now, the third thing you must do, the third strategy to maximize the second half of the year is, thank you, Godwin. God say, I am following, sir. Thank you, Godwin. So the third strategy to maximize this second half of the year is to set clear goals. Don't forget, through the process of review, you've gained some insights. You found out what worked, what didn't work. You found out why it didn't work. Now it's time to now set clear goals. These clear goals can mean upgrading some of the goals you set before. It can mean changing some of the goals you have for the year, because the last 6 months you have seen the reality. You have experienced life. Some of the goals you initially had in the first half of the year, they are no longer relevant to your life. So it's time to this time to set new goals, possibly. And some of us, if you have like me, that I plan to write a book in the first half of the year, that I didn't write it. I wrote now that I'm going to write my book. I created a plan for it. I'll talk more about that soon. All right. So it's time to set clear goals. There are goals you had for this year before. They are no longer relevant. I had goals. I can't share them, but I had goals, some goals that are no longer relevant to my life again. So I had to just cut them off. Then in planning and preparing for my second half of the year 2024, I had to set clear goals. Some is I brought out what I couldn't, I brought forward what I couldn't achieve in the first half to the second half, and some is eradicating some of the goals for this year that I'm not interested in, that is not relevant to my life, based on the reviewing of the last 6 months. All right, and some is even setting new goals based on uh, my new pursuit, my new priority for the remainder of the year. All right, so you must set clear goals for the remainder of the year. Clear goals. Don't forget, I said clear goals because some of us set big goals like I want to make more money. I couldn't make more money in the first half. I want to make more money. I want to know. It's time to set clear goals, and most of one framework that I recommend and people use for setting goals is called the SMART framework. Okay, your goals must be specific. All right, specific. For example, the book I'm writing is titled "Maximizing Your 20s." So my goal for the second half of the year is complete the writing and launch "Maximizing Your 20s." The goal is to write 20,000 words. 20,000, 30,000 words, and that's specific. All right. So your goal should be specific. Don't just say I want to write a book. What is the title of the book? How many number of words you want to write? Be specific in your goals. Also, you must be measurable. All right. You knowing when you can measure your goals, okay, it will make you know whether you are making progress or not. All right. So, for example, you want to, uh, for example, write like I said, 30,000 words. All right. It's a way to measure my goals. It's a way to measure my goals. But if I set vague goals like I want to write a book, I don't know the title of the book, or I don't know the direction of the book. I don't know the number of words I want to write in the book. So I can't know, okay, I wrote 1,000 words today, I wrote 2,000 words today, and tomorrow I wrote, do you get measure your goals must be measurable. You will know whether you are making progress or not. All right. So goals give you a direction, it gives you something to focus on and how to track your progress. So this second half of the year is time to set clear goals, and I will recommend you set 6 goals at no more than 6 goals. Okay, all right, 6 goals, no more than 6 goals, because sometimes people they start setting 20 goals, 30 goals. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's time to set. Some of us wrote 20 goals we want to achieve this year. It's time to you have faced the reality now, and it's time to what adjust things. All right. I'm not saying that you should go down to not setting goals or not being enthusiastic, not being motivated about life, but it's time to be more realistic. And that's one of the things you see in goal set is SMART. S stands for specific, M stands for measurable, A stands for achievable. All right. A stands for achievable. For example, if you want to start a course now and it's 1 year, it takes for you to complete 1 year, the course in 1 year, and you are saying you want to complete that course in 6 months. When actually in the course it's 1 year they stipulated there that you can complete it. You know that is not an achievable goal. So you must be more intentional. Okay, set achievable goal, and the R stands for relevant. That's why I told you before that. Thank you, Imani. That's why I told you before that that's why I said before that there are some goals that you had for 2024 that is not that relevant to your life. Don't be so don't be so loyal to what is no longer important. I love what I just said. Don't be so loyal to what is no longer important because it's a recipe for frustration. It's a recipe for uh, sadness, depression. Don't be loyal to what is no longer relevant or what is no longer your priority. All right, don't be loyal to it. Don't be loyal to it. So, for example, let me give an example. My goal every year is to actually read 50 books every year. All right. But I'm already changing my perspective as regards reading books because I've discovered that beyond what you read, the most important is you applying what you know. So if I'm more obsessed about just the number of books I read, then after reading 10 books, I've forgotten like almost the 10 books I've read or just remember no. So now I'm changing my perspective as regards the reading of books now. So it's a good goal to like aim for 50 books per year. All right. But now I want to focus more on quality rather than quantity. And now my goal of reading 50 books this year now has somehow changed. So I plan to read fewer books this year, but go deeper. I got this insight from through my process of reviewing. All right. And now my new goal now, I'm setting new goals as regards that. Because that 50 goals is no longer relevant to me again. 50 books per year is no longer relevant to me again, really relevant to me again. That's my new priority now. So I'm going to read fewer books, but go deeper into it and find ways to apply it to my life so I can see progress, because that is the essence of actually reading. And someone just got something from what I just said now. All right. So make sure your goals are relevant. All right. And I would say that. Set goals. And finally, the T in SMART stands for time bound. Most of you, most of you, yeah, that's very true. Don't be so loyal to things that are no longer relevant. Yes, it's a recipe for frustration. So most of us, all right, the reason why we didn't achieve our goal, our made progress in line with our goals is because we don't have a priority and we don't have a. It's not time bound. You leave your goal open. For example, I want to learn a skill. No time frame for learning it. How will you learn it? Most time you end up not learning it. For example, the project we just completed, which was one of my major goals for this year, is to impact young people. It's one of my goals every year to impact young people in different states in Nigeria. All right. There's a time frame for it. We started by May and we completed it the first week of July. It's time frame. So when things were not going as planned, I had to put we are the team, the volunteer, all of us, we had to put more effort into it because it's time. It has a time frame, and by the time it's over, it's gone. So that thing increase our motivation, our desire to take action because the deadline is close. So most time you don't achieve your goal, you didn't achieve your goal, or you don't make progress in life to your goal because you don't have it. No deadline. It doesn't have a time frame. No period for you to a time frame or a period of time for you to complete or work on that goal. All right. So setting your new goals for the year, remainder of the year, you must make sure it has a time frame or time bound. So I wrote here that what are your priorities for the second half of the year? What are your priorities? All right. What are your priorities? What is the forefront of your mind, of your for, forefront of your life for this remainder of the year? All right. What's your priority? Maybe your spiritual life. For me, that's one of it. That's my priority this second half of the year. And to be in a deeper relationship with God. All right. I want to be in deeper relationship with God. That's one of my priority. And to do that, I have specificity. I'll talk about that soon. So my priority, spiritual life is my priority. Also, my finances also another priority, and my relationship. Those are my priority. Uh, some of my priorities for the remainder of the year. All right. Some of you that you are writing exams, your priority may be your academics for the remainder of the year. It's good. Some of you that you are faltering elsewise, you are not feeling okay, you are sick, you are going through a lot health-wise. It's time to uh, see your health as a priority. Health is my priority too, but my major priority for the remainder of the year is my spiritual life, my finances, and my relationship. And about that relationship, as a community people, you know more about that soon. All right. So as I was saying, what is a priority for the year? Some of you, your priority is to increase your finances. It's a great priority. All right. Then what must you do? I'll talk about that soon. But what is your priority for the remainder of the year? If you have too much scattered priority, you will get confused. All right. Your attention will be drawn, your focus will be drawn in different areas, and you can't be effective that way. So just have what's your major priority for the year? And then what's maybe the two other priorities for the year, the remainder of the year. Don't forget, you have 6 months, uh, and but you can still make the most of the 6 months to advance your life. So also, what are the areas of your life you want to improve? You want to improve in the way you communicate. You want to improve in the way you're writing. You want to improve in a particular habit. You want to improve a skill. You want to improve in your academics. You want to improve uh, in reading of books or education or learning new things. Identify the areas of your life you want to improve and set goals for it. All right. So I would say that write down 3 to 6 goals for the remainder of the year. Don't write down 20, 30 goals. No, write down 3 to 6 goals and make sure they are smart. Maybe start a YouTube channel where I discuss. For example, one of my goals for the year was to start a YouTube channel, and I started 2 months ago, and I'm making progress as regards it. So before I talk about that, let me go to the next thing. So you know about setting clear goals now. That's the third way. You've reviewed you are grateful now, the right mindset to start the second half of the year. Number two, you've reviewed the last 6 months to gain insights as you prepare for the second half of the year. The third is that set clear goals, smart goals, specific things. Don't no more than 3 to 6 goals. All right. And the fourth thing you must do is to create an action plan. Create an action plan. A goal without a plan is just a wish. Can someone write that down in the comment section? A goal without a plan is just a wish. Many people of us, we just have goals. I want to start a YouTube channel. Imagine one of my goals is to start a YouTube channel. It has always been my desire for years. I started 5 years ago. I stopped. But this year, I've known the importance of having a YouTube channel to my life, to my goals, to my vision, to my dream. So because of that awareness and insight, I became more intentional about starting a YouTube channel. So that was one of my goals, start a YouTube channel. Okay, I told myself maybe get to 5,000 subscribers, but that's just an outcome goal. So there's two types of goals. There's an outcome goal, and there's also about process goals. Outcome goal, process goals. Nowadays, outcome goals are good, but nowadays I'm focusing more on the process goals because it's the process goals that will lead to the outcome goals. So, for example, my goal is really to start a YouTube channel. All right, where I talk about productivity. I'm clear about what I want to achieve through the YouTube channel. Talk about productivity, purpose, motivation, action, and planning, and so on and so forth. But guess the action plan I created for starting a YouTube channel. I told myself, I gave myself a specific time that okay, I have to set up this channel, okay, optimize it, do different, put my profile picture, do all those things. Another thing is that another plan I created for starting that YouTube channel is that I spoke with my designer that okay, this is how I want my thumbnails to be because I listed down the steps involved in starting a YouTube channel and being consistent in it. So I know you need a thumbnail, you need to shoot your video. Number one, you need a content. All right, you need a content. What you want to write about? So I got the understanding of my content. I want to write about productivity and stuff how to make people more productive in their life. Then you must also have a strategy for creating your YouTube channel. So, for example, my strategy for creating my videos, which is important because you must shoot videos, edit videos, and post it, is that every Friday morning between 4 a.m. and maybe 7 a.m. or 8 a.m., I will shoot my video and edit it. So from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I am thinking about the video, the topic I want to speak about in my YouTube channel or my YouTube channel for that week. All right. So my goal is to post one YouTube video, every week, every Saturday, post one video. All right. That's my goal. That's the strategy, the system I created for that. All right. One video every week, every Saturday, upload one video. And to do that, Monday to Friday to Thursday, I'll be thinking about the topic, prepare my topic, what I'll discuss for that week. All right. By Friday, early in the morning, I'm going to 4 a.m. I'll wake up by 4 a.m., record the video, all right, till like 6 a.m., and then edit the video till like 8 a.m. And then the next thing I'll do is that I'll communicate with my my designer to create the thumbnail. And on Saturday morning, I upload and then share on my various platform. So that's what I do every time. Brainstorm ideas for the YouTube video. That's the first plan, action plan. Or I brainstorm ideas for the YouTube video. I can check YouTube and see people that do content related to mine and get ideas too and combine with mine, read books. So brainstorm ideas for the YouTube video. All right, after knowing the topic. Then Friday, 4 a.m. to 6 a.m., I have my ring light already. I have my this thing. Shoot the video. All right, for the next 2 hours or 3 hours, shoot the video. Then next 2 hours or 1 hour, edit the video. Then let my designer know, create the thumbnail. This is how I want the thumbnail to be. On Saturday, upload the video and share across all my platform. That's it. Then the next week again, I repeat again. By the end of the year, if you see 30 videos on my YouTube, currently there's about 4 videos there now. If you see 30 videos on my YouTube channel, it's because it's not just that I set the goal, I create an action plan to achieve it. Same thing with my reading of book. Initially, my plan for reading book is that every week, read one book every week. Although I've changed the plan now based on what I told you initially that I have to create a new strategy. So now maybe read one book every 2 weeks. Go deep into the book. All right. So every day I must read at least 2 chapters. I'll share the book, maybe that's 10 chapters, divide it into 2 weeks. All right. How will I go about it? And start. That means every day I must read 2 pages or maybe read 1 chapter based on the plan. So don't just set a goal, create a plan. Right? You want to read 10 books this year. Don't just say, I want to read 10 books this year. What is the plan? Divide 10 books by 6 months in a year. Then maybe you must read two books every month. Then how will you read two books every month? I must read one book every 2 weeks. Okay, how do you read one book every 2 weeks? I must read uh, two chapters per day or three chapters by day. How do you read three chapters by day? I must have a specific time for reading my books. Between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. every morning, I must spend time reading that chapter. That's a plan. All you have to do is just set your alarm 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. reading of book. And by the time you keep doing it, at the end of the year, you have read 10 books. Same thing in learning skill. When I learned project management, when I learned life coaching, when I learned data marketing, all the skills when I learned web development too, HTML, CSS. When I learned all those skills, I actually have a plan for learning. All right. So that time, I remember that time, I dedicate 4 hours every day to learning. I have a specific time every time, 4 hours for learning on Udemy. First thing I did is that I look for the best platform to take the course. I go to Udemy. I registered for the course on Udemy. I created a learning goal that okay, I get a book, yeah, an education where I'm jotting ideas and I'll be practicalizing what I'm learning. I created time that okay, every Monday to Friday. Most time I didn't learn those skills on Saturday and Sundays. Every Monday to Friday, 4 hours every day. Go deep into this course. All right. Then in the next 3 months, based on that, the next 3 months that I've completed the course, then as I'm learning the course, start applying create a plan. Start applying what I am learning to build something, to work on projects. Some of it, I want to get a job. This is an idea for it too. Okay, maybe I want to get a job. You want to transition or get a job in the digital marketing field. Okay, learn digital marketing for 3 months. As I'm learning, be building something online, a project, be building my CV too. Maybe I have to go for internship in some place to learn more. Create a plan. Don't just set goals. I'm dwelling on this because it's very important because a goal without a plan is just a wish. And I don't want to get to the end of the year and see that you have not made advancement. At the end of the year, have at least you could be bold enough to say, I have achieved three things. At least three things. So what are the three major things you want to achieve in the middle of the year? Create a robust action plan for it. It must be related to your vision for life. Don't forget, we are a purpose-driven organization. It must be related to your goals and dreams and visions for life. And find okay, I would say that break down your goals into monthly goals, weekly goals, daily goals. Don't forget the secret to your future is hidden in what you do daily. All right. Set deadlines. Don't set goals without deadline. You'll never achieve it. I'm serious. You just leave it open. No enthusiasm, no desire. You must add deadlines to your goals. All right. And ask yourself now, what will I do immediately as regard my goals? Now you have set your goals now. Ask yourself, what step will I take? For example, one of my goals for the next 6 months is to go for that, do my MBA. All right, and I've got to the platform I want to do it on, and because I want to do an online MBA, and then 2 days ago, I saw the school I want to go to was saying talking about maybe they want to create have a webinar where they share some things to us how to prepare for. I've already registered for the webinar already, and I'm excited already because it's in line with my goals. I've made progress, a bit of progress, because at least I've registered for the webinar where I'll learn more about what I want to study for the next about 1 year or something. But at least starting this year, as I start my MBA this year. So I'm already excited. The next thing now is that once it's gone, fill the form, submit this thing, start learning. So create an action plan, all right, and tell yourself what will I do now, today, or tomorrow, or this week that will make me make the first step towards my goal. Finally, as I end tonight, I'm sure you are learning something so far. Godwin said, don't just set goals, create an action plan for them. That's the most important thing. A goal without an action plan, as Emmanuel also pointed out, is just a wish. So finally, as I close tonight, the fifth strategies for maximizing the second half of the year is that you must be disciplined. You must be disciplined. Discipline is the key to achieving your goals. Like you have experienced in the last 6 months, your goals will come with challenges, will come with obstacles, it will come with struggles. But discipline will keep you going. You being disciplined. So discipline is about the ability to make yourself do what you should do, when you should do it, whether you feel like it or not. Let me say that again. Discipline is the ability to do what you should do, when you should do it, whether you feel like it or not. For example, my goal is to go to gym to build my muscles, okay, to be more healthy, to be more fit. And the plan I created for it is to go to gym 3 times in a week, on Tuesdays, on Thursdays, and on Saturdays. On Tuesday, 5 p.m. to about 7 p.m. On Thursday, 5 p.m. to about 7 p.m. And on Saturdays, 8 a.m. to like 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. It's not every time I feel like doing it, but because it's my goal, I've created a system for it already. I've created an action plan. I know it's important to my life. I need to be healthy. I need to be fit. So whether I feel like it or not, if I have to drag myself, there's a quote that says by Martin Luther King Jr. He said, "If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl." But by all means, keep moving. If your goal is really important to you, if you really want to maximize your remainder of the year, keep moving. Be disciplined. All right. Do what you do, whether you feel like it or not. So establish routines. All right. Daily week. I wrote it that uh, have a time of the week where you dedicate to specific activities to make discipline easier. All right. So when you know that every day, when I wake up in the morning, I must do this, I must do this, I must do that, it makes discipline easier. So, for example, you can discipline yourself that I will not press my phone first thing in the morning. That's a good discipline. That's a good way to practice discipline. Do you get what I'm saying? I will not press. Then, how do you do that to make discipline easier? Put your phone far away from you. When you are asleep, don't put your phone beside you. Put it somewhere else. So the first thing you do in the morning is something that advance your goal, maybe praying or doing quiet time. So when you start practice, some people want to be disciplined. They want to start with big discipline. No, start small. All right. Discipline is like a muscle. It grows, it expands. The more you practice it. So you can tell yourself, I'm not going to take carbonated drink this week. Guess what? That's when they'll serve carbonated drink for you, maybe Coke. In your next church meeting or in the program you go. But remember that, see, I'm practicing something. There's a joy and happiness that you bring to your heart when you can make progress as regards something you purpose in your heart to do. All right. So practice small discipline. Take your phone, put it somewhere else. I'll not press phone first in the morning again. I'll not take Coke again this week. I'm not taking Coke this week. I'm not eating late night food this week. Practice those little discipline. It's a way to build you, okay, to do greater ones. All right. So establish routines to make discipline easier. Know that have a specific thing you do in the morning, have specific thing you do as you unwind in the night. Also, I say identify or minimize distractions. This is our phone, all right? It's so distracting. All right. And I do tell people that some people where they are not using their phone is using them. And you know your phone is using you when you can't get it. You can't just keep your phone and focus on your goals. All right. So don't use the phone, don't let the phone use you. All right. Use the phone, don't let the phone use you. If this thing you have to discipline your use of phone. All right. So this some of you couldn't achieve your goals and make advancement because you are so bent on pressing phone. Some of you 8 hours. I do tell the story of when I discovered that I spent almost 6 hours or 7 hours on my phone every day. I had to when I gain awareness of it, I had to minimize it. I only reply WhatsApp most time once in a day. All right, I'll just pick a time during the day and reply all the WhatsApp chats like for 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I'm done with it. It's the next day again, except urgent ones. You get what I'm saying? Because someone will spend time. One time I remember I would say by 12 o'clock I must put down my phone and focus on my goals for that day or for something. I didn't get my point. So be disciplined, all right? Practice discipline and make sure you minimize distraction. Anything will distract you, take it far away from you, put it on silence. I don't get my point. Now, keep your goals in the back of your mind. Only put it in the back of your mind. For example, I want to write a book. I want to start my MBA. It's always at the back of my mind. Put your goals. It will encourage discipline, all right? Put it at the back of your mind. Okay, you want to lose weight or you want to put it at the back of your mind. Keep thinking about it. Keep thinking. Focus on your goals. You will attract it. Focus on what you want, not what you don't want. And finally, seek accountability. It will help you more stay disciplined. All right. Have a coach, have a mentor, have someone that can ensure that can work with. All right. Reach out to someone that know will keep you accountable. Okay, you can say, okay, so for let's work on this. Okay, let's exercise every day, or let's read some book every month. Let's do this together. See, when you have a plan for reading a book with someone and reviewing a book at a particular time, whether you feel like it or not, you want to read the book because you already agreed with someone and so you don't look like a failure in the eyes of the person. No, we are more drawn to how people think about us. So you can take advantage of that way of thinking to really advance, be more disciplined. All right. So seek accountability, someone that will keep you accountable. I remember a guy, he wanted to go off social media for the middle of the year. Guess what he did? He posted on his Facebook that I won't be online for the next 6 months. Do you know why he did that? It's a way to ensure his discipline. Because now you already announced to the world and now it's too late to turn back because it will change the way people perceive him. So I remember when I was writing my first book last year, I posted the date I would launch the book. 1 month to that time, I'm still far behind, but because of that date I've posted, people are keeping me accountable already. I have friends that are keeping me accountable. I put all efforts, all right? Whether I feel like it or not, I wrote the book and I completed it. So be disciplined, all right? All right? Be disciplined. Be very disciplined. Practice self-discipline by setting small challenge for yourself. So set a challenge for your next week that okay, next week I'm going to I'm going to read 1 page of a book every day. But don't forget, create an action plan. Okay, maybe so time in a day. So next week, I'm not going to press my phone for more than 2 hours. I'll set an alarm or something. Next, just practice self-discipline, little things. I'm not going to watch movies every day again. I'll just watch maybe every Friday or Saturday. Start small, all right, and keep making progress as you go. So that's the way you can make. So I've shared 5 strategies so far. Don't forget, you can, regardless of how bad or unexpected the year has been so far, you can still make the rest of the year the best of your year. But it starts by you practicing number one, gratitude. Number two, reviewing your year, how it has been so far, so you can get insight. Number three, setting clear goals. Number four, creating an action plan. And number five, staying disciplined. I want to believe that you've learned something from tonight's session. And please, after this session, the most important thing is that make time to really do what I said. I gave you an action plan or step for each of those things. Make time between today and tomorrow. Before Monday, don't start Monday. Don't forget, July is almost ending. Don't go to Monday without practicing what I just shared with you. Sit down. I did it with my I listed down what I was grateful for. I wrote my achievements for the first half. I reviewed each of the areas of my life. Okay. And then I set new goals and I pasted it. And then I created an action plan. And then in that action plan, I started little things. I started something as regards the action plan to give myself an initiative or insight that I'm making progress. All right. And then I stay disciplined. All right. I stay disciplined. And I'm sure if you can apply those things, you really have an amazing year. Please, regardless of how the year has been, you can still finish strong. Don't give up on the year. This year, you can still live it purposefully. You can still live it intentionally. You can still make advancement to your goal. Don't postpone your goal to 2025 when you still have 6 months. And on Top Club, we shared a book called The 12th Week Year. You can apply that principles shared in that book. And Godwin is the book review coordinator on Top Club, and they'll be reviewing the book at the end of the month. So we share the book online on our WhatsApp platform, Top Club. Read that book. It will give you insight on how to carry out some of your goals, do weekly planning, do monthly planning, achieve your goals in 3 months, stuff like that. You will gain a lot of insights to back up what I've just shared with you tonight. So please start something. It's not enough to learn. The proof of knowledge is in what you do about it. There's no difference between what you know and between who knows something and who doesn't know. The difference is in the actions that each of us is ready and willing to take. So please take action, and I look forward to seeing you at the end of the year, having achieved all your goals, looking back and with excitement and joy as you go into the next year. So that's all for tonight. I want to know if you have any questions. Anybody with question as I close tonight? Anybody with question? In the next 1 minute, I want to give anyone who have any question to ask as I close tonight. And for you, those of you watching this replay that watch the replay, don't forget, leave a comment in the chat box or in the comment section as regards what you learned and what you want to apply. All right. And some of you can also even write down, tell yourself, okay, by before December, this is what I want to achieve. You can put down here. You can just, it's a way of keeping yourself accountable to that. By the end of the year, I want to write a book. By the end of the year, I want to have started my YouTube channel. By the end of the year, I want to have learned a skill. You can put it down in the comment section. And then at the end of the year, come back to it and maybe comment or reply your comment that I actually did it. It's a way to also like speak into your life, yeah, something like that. So do you have any question? Any question? Okay, Imani is saying, Imani is joining from Port Harcourt, River State. Thank you, sir, for tonight's session. I'm glad you joined, Imani. And Godwin, I'm glad you joined. Also, who again? Sandra, I'm glad you joined. And every other person that joined, thank you for joining tonight. So I'm waiting for questions. Any question in the next 1 minute? And as we end tonight's session, don't forget, create time between today and tomorrow, Sunday. Tomorrow is Sunday in Nigeria. Create time between today and tomorrow to practice what I just shared, okay? And start by Monday, start with vigor. Get ready to conquer your goals and make advancement for the remainder of the year. So, in the answers of question, that will be all for tonight. This is no question, thank you. So, this is an initiative of Teams of Purpose International, where we train young adults between the ages of 15 and 25 to live purposefully, to make advancement towards their dreams and visions for life, and make impact. All right. So this is a monthly webinar we hold. So every month, just share wisdom, share knowledge, and insight with young people so that they can advance their life. So till I see you next month, where we are taking on and speaking on another topic. Keep living purposefully and keep living intentionally. Stay blessed.